How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here, and we're reacting to another episode of Supernatural as we get into episode 11 of season 6 as we hit halfway terrain with this season, which has been great. I've really enjoyed my time during this season. I have loved seasons 4 and 5, especially with the Apocalypse arc, a bit better. But this season has just been really, really great as well, especially in regards to Sam's soul and how we're trying to, get it back, and of course the alphas of certain monsters. With Sam's soul, that was pretty much the topic in the last episode, wasn't it? With the fact that we dealt with Crowley, and we actually dealt with him for good when he said he couldn't zip Sam's soul back into his body. So yeah, but Samuel, testing the relationship, especially with Dean, in regards to the fact that there were certain disagreements, especially in regards to what is really awaiting him in purgatory. It was, as I suspected, in regards to Mary. So, yeah. And like I said, there were disagreements. So, yeah, that's going to be fun to divulge into in the future. But, yeah, with the fact that Sam's soul cannot be recovered for the time being, there has been this, little dispute at the end between both brothers. Sam ultimately deciding, you know what, I'm not really fussed about the whole soul situation. Which, I kind of expected, with the fact that emotion's not really a thing for Sam at the minute. As I said a couple of times during these last few episodes, I think Sam had this notion of, well, if I get my soul back, cool. If not, whatever. Not losing sleep whatsoever. Because I don't require sleep, so yeah. But I'm excited to get into this episode, especially with what episode 10 provided us with. So, with that said, it's episode 11 of season 6 for Supernatural. Let's go.
Dean Winchester?
Is that who I think it is? Robert? Englund! No way!
Son, I stitched up your daddy more times than I can count. Let me tell you.
Oh my God!
Of course, that was ages ago, back when still...
Nothing I say is gonna mean a damn thing to him.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, what the heck is this all about?
Don't be a baby.
A little bedside manner would be nice.
Are we ready?
Died to ask me.
Tell your boss I need to talk to him.
No.
Please?
Where do you get the nerve?
Desperate
It's
times.
I was gonna say, it seems a matter of
You
urgency.
make an exception.
I can't.
Can't or won't?
Both.
All right, Tessa, thank you very much.
Oh, he showed up. Yeah, hey, bud.
Hello, Dean.
How's the pizza?
It's not twice, so pick.
Sam.
Yeah, he's always
His
gonna
soul
pick
has been
Sam.
in there for a year, and I understand that it's damaged.
Flayed to the raw nerve.
Fillet to... Oh, great. Lovely.
Put it behind a wall, if you will.
A wall.
In
Okay.
his mind, a dam to hold back the tide. Nasty, those memories.
Oh, so kind of like Donna and the whole Time Lord thing, I guess.
Don't roll your eyes, Dean. It's impolite. Now, when you fetch my ring, put it on.
What?
I
What?
want you to be me
What?
one day.
What?
Are you serious?
No, I'm being incredibly sarcastic.
Give me 5 more seconds.
Son, you were gone for 7 minutes.
Shit! Yeah, that would have fucked you. Yeah, that's gonna fuck you up.
I thought for sure death had you by the twins.
Fui.
You what? Just hear me out.
I heard Cass and Crowley when they said it would either kill me or... No. Guess Dean's gotta do what he's gotta do.
What's that, Sam? You being a bit paranoid?
All do, kid.
Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna have to... He's not gonna lock you in the panic room. He's gonna hit you on the head with something. Then lock you in the panic room. Phew.
Slack off. You lose. Got it?
Yeah.
Don't mess this up. It's not my job to be your damn babysitter.
Why do I feel like Lisa is going to be one of the names or someone else close? Maybe Ben. And there's going to be some personal stakes thrown at Dean.
Advice.
Angel, advice.
Well, then go ask your boyfriend.
Cass can't help me. I need to know if
I love how he's... hey, I love how he acknowledged Cass there.
soul out
Chip?
forever.
Oh. What's going on, Sam?
Shit.
It's for me.
Oh, Sam.
What?
Patricide.
My dad's been dead for years.
To be clear, you need the blood of your father, but your father needn't be blood. Comprende?
No! No! Hey! Hey! Hey!
Why? Mostly because you're a dick.
Ah!
Enjoy the ride down, pal. Trust me, sauna gets hot.
Dean's taking this gig with quite a bit of sass, and then there's Tez who's just like, yeah, this is my temporary boss. He's a dick.
Yeah. Was good, though.
Is that a local place?
Dean?
Right. Time to go, man. Sorry.
If there's one thing that's assigned to the gig, it's pizza.
Tell me.
Everything is dust in the wind.
That's it? A Kansas song?
Sorry. He's new.
Look, he's trying. Someone really should have gave him a little quick manual, a quick PDF, like, okay, this is how you operate things.
Guy have any other family?
No, not really.
Yeah, this is really, like, she's just a kid at the end of the day, and this is where
What, you thought it was
the
all
true
gonna be
test
armed
co-
robbers and heart attacks
Sick.
waiting to happen?
She's 12.
With a serious heart condition. With life and death, they just worked out for you. It was just a beach party every time, huh?
Oh.
Well, I know this much. I'm death. She's 12. And she's not dying today.
Holy shit.
See something, you just gotta call a miracle. All I know is I won't have to operate.
There's gonna
Thank
be
you.
some disturbance
Thank you,
to the universe.
You did it? You gonna be okay?
Hey, hun.
Oh.
Guess what? I'm leaving.
Oh no. Come on, Bob. Yeah, he knows the score. You ain't doing shit.
May have been born at night, boy, but it wasn't last night.
I love you, Bobby. Bobby, you're amazing. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Say, here's Johnny.
I'm gonna do this, Bobby.
No, it's Sammy.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have cornered yourself.
I didn't.
Oh, no. Oh, shit! Damn, Bobby!
You're not in your right head, Sam. You're not giving us much choice here. Sam?
If that little shit has found a way to... No, he's playing you like a damn fiddle. He's making you think something has happened to him, but he's gonna get the element of surprise on you.
Killing me and my...
Everything you do has consequences. Do you want to set off another chain reaction?
She's got nothing to do with this.
Well, too bad, Dean. You put on the ring, now do your damn job.
You have to do it. I mean, she's the substitute in regards to that little girl.
Still nothing.
She's not gonna make it.
Oh, Jolene.
Crashing again. We're losing her.
A real vacation?
I can take you to this one cafe.
Oh,
Show you where I make
no. She's gonna
You
have
saw
to
what
die.
happened to the nurse. Go and kill that girl, Dean.
You can tell I was expecting this. It's just that disappointed vibe, isn't it? Like, and he took the ring off! Oh, Dean. Oh, ow. Guy's just like having a time.
Sorry about your brother.
No one really skates by, do they?
Shit. It's just discomforting to see, isn't it?
Because there's sort of a natural order to things.
The right words.
Stupid.
I agree with you there.
He's using the right words in terms of describing, answering their curiosity why.
Sorry.
Oh!
I'm back.
Oh!
Cheap food.
I could ask you the same thing.
Huh!
Thought I'd have a treat before I put the ring back on. Heavier than it looks, isn't it?
That burden.
Sometimes you just want the thing off. But you mad.
Yeah, well, don't get excited. I would have saved the nurse, okay? That's it.
I think it's a little more than that. Today, you got a hard look behind the curtain.
Yeah, he did.
Wrecking the natural order's not quite such fun when you have to mop up the mess, is it? This is hard. Most people speak to me with more respect.
Whew!
I didn't mean...
We're done here.
Oh shit.
It's been lovely. But now, I'm going to go to hell to get your brother's soul.
Oh shit,
Why would
Dad.
you do that for me?
Wow.
I wouldn't do it. Dick, it's about the souls. You'll understand when you need to.
Alright, cool. So we've got...
With Sam, is this wall thing really gonna work?
Call it 75%.
So, like, I'll take the chance. It's gonna work.
Favor, don't scratch the wall.
Great.
Because trust me, you're not gonna like what happens.
Lovely.
Please.
So don't scratch. Just resist. Feels like it's for the best, but we're gonna see the ramifications, surely. Oh boy. Well, we got his soul back, so yeah! Awesome! Woo! No consequences, right? Unless you scratch the wall, don't. Ooh. Yeah. Very heavy stuff this episode. Dean going to real extra lengths to make sure that Sam would get his soul back. And there was a part of me that was thinking, like, despite the fact that he took the ring off, there was a part of me that was thinking death is going to be lenient. Especially with how heavy the ring is going to weigh on Dean. How heavy that burden is going to be on the shoulders of a person. Like, you take the responsibility of taking a life that is supposed to go, no matter how old they are or whatever. It's not an easy job for anyone. And there have been a few media pieces out there that I think have done a really great job at, like, even death themselves, portraying how heavy this weight is, this occupation is. So, yeah, but it'll be interesting to see how Sam's going to function with that soul there. So, yeah. Wow. It's going to be very, very interesting and very scary, I would say, probably, to see what's going to happen with Sam now that he has his soul back. Obviously, he was warned not to scratch away at the... But he is. Especially since Sam doesn't want it. he fought tooth and nail, literally, to make sure that he doesn't have his soul back. So there are going to be some kind of consequences in regards to that wall coming down. They wouldn't have mentioned it if the wall wasn't going to come down. We're going to break down the wall. So yeah, but for the time being, we can kind of be happy about Sam's soul being back. So yeah, I feel like it was a need though, especially with how Sam was willing to sacrifice Bobby essentially to make sure that his soul would stay inches away from him. Dean even said it himself, how long can I keep doing this? So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm just really, really worried about what's going to happen. With the fact that, I mean, obviously we've got several seasons left to go through with this show. So I'm assuming order is going to be restored. Order is going to be restored in terms of the whole, like, no need to worry about Sam's soul gig. But what is going to happen when those flood of emotions, we delved into the worries in the last episode of what would happen if Sam got his soul back, what might happen. And that really startled Sam. So it got to a point in this episode where Dean was so hell-bent in making sure that his soul would return. And that wasn't really appetizing for Sam himself. So of course, he had a little word with Balthazar, and yeah, so but yeah, I mean, I gotta say though, with Bobby in this episode, I was really, really glad that he was as sharp as ever. I just had a feeling when Sam had his conversation with Balthazar that Bobby was not going to be an idiot about things. He wasn't going to be an idiot about things. And we had this kind of tense battle between this tense, kind of chase sequence, I would say, if you want to call it that. But it was like a horror chase sequence, really. And I think that's really what is very interesting about the whole Soulless Sam situation, because, I mean, he has shown a lot of cases where he can be scary. And that really does play on well with this episode when Bobby was trying to not allow Sam to get the jump on him. So it got to a point where obviously it got to a point where it really delved, like there was even the Shining reference, of course. So I think like that little, those events in this episode, that little subplot to coincide with what was going on with Dean's story, I think that really speaks volumes about how scary Sam is at the minute, and why Dean feels the need to get Sam's soul back. He's not seeing these events play out at the minute, but for us, the viewer, it gives us an idea of Dean's worries in regards to Sam, and how scary he can be, and how Bobby is scared of him as well, because Bobby has shown his worries about... I mean, there's been a lot of people that has been worried about Sam and his... about his attitude, because it's not just Bobby, it's not just Dean, it was Samuel as well. Samuel has expressed his concerns about Sam's behaviour. So yeah, this really does give you a bit of an idea in terms of, okay, there is this necessity in regards to Sam needing his soul back. But it also does have a very, very conflicting idea of what Sam wants as well. But of course, you do then ask, is this truly Sam speaking? Because there are moments where he detaches Sam from himself. So yeah, it does become a very, very interesting dilemma, because Sam doesn't want it, but is this truly Sam speaking? but Dean and everyone else is really, really worried about the state of things in terms of Sam's mentality. And like I said, this episode I feel like did a very, very good job in showcasing why Sam needs his soul back, because of mainly the kind of horror elements that were thrown in. So, heck, we even got Robert Englund in this episode. So, I know that has no relevancy of what was going on with Sam. But, no, I feel like the kind of dark enclosed environment that Bobby and Sam were in, and Sam trying to get the jump on Bobby, and Bobby trying to be as sharp as ever to not let Sam get advantage, and of course, like I said, Shining reference. I feel like it really does a good job at showcasing how Sam needs his soul back, as well as the fact that Death has something cooked up. And the fact that they just keep disrupting things, the boys, in terms of coming back, etc. So yeah, but it was very, like, before we do get to Dean's story, because of course I do want to talk heavily about that subject. I do want to say that I really enjoyed. I was surprised that Robert's character was not fleshed out a bit further in this episode, because I saw him and I'm like, oh shit, it's Robert Englund, so he surely got a significant role to play, right? He kind of did. I mean, he really set the stage in regards to Dean's story, because Dean needed to be temporarily he needed to temporarily die, so he can have this little meeting with Death and arrange to get Sam's soul back. So yeah, as well as the fact that there seems to be connections in regards to Robert's character and the Winchesters. So yeah, when it came to the prospect of Dean taking the mantle, being Death, it was always going to be a very, very interesting scenario in my perspective to explore that side of things. Mainly because it's a subject that a few shows touch up upon, and it can really, really get emotional. And I mean, we've already encountered Death before in season 5, and he was a very, very interesting figure. So we've got this situation where Dean basically becomes Death for a day, and you as the viewer think, okay, well, there's going to be some very emotional moments in this, isn't it? Because we know Dean's capacity to save people and all of that. And we even saw with the robber about how judgmental he was, really. So, yeah. But, yeah, I think ideally, I think with this episode, it gives you the idea that especially when it comes to Death, it does not discriminate, sadly. Yeah, like, especially for that little girl, because you've got your whole life ahead of you, and yeah, sadly there are circumstances where the kids will potentially die because they've got some terminal illness and all of that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have heard stories or know family members or even friends who have someone who is suffering that have sadly died at such a young age. And it's not fair. And it is just a really, really sad endeavour, isn't it? And we saw the consequences of Dean saving that little girl. And it becomes a very, very difficult pill to swallow, doesn't it? When it is the idea of seeing when you utter the thought of the consequences of the little girl dying. Because there shouldn't be any kind of consequences, but we are just exemplifying the idea of the natural order of things. And it's like with that robber situation, I feel like that shopkeep or even that little kid, because he did threaten the kid, there could have been an idea of the fact that the roles were reversed, and the robber shot the keep, and they would have died, and he would have gotten away. And sadly, there are some circumstances where that happens, where you can just do your job, and then there is someone who just takes your life. And I feel like that would have been a very, very interesting plot to discover from the very get-go because, like I said, sadly there are some circumstances that actually does happen. And with Dean's capacity to save people and all of that, it would be a very, very interesting way to start things off in terms of testing his character as Death because, that guy should pay, etc. And, he shouldn't be dying and all of that. He was just doing his job. So, yeah. And it's the same with that, the little girl. Like, she's got a full life ahead of her, really. She should not be dying and all of that. And, it's not just that, though, but Dean obviously has a very, very sensitive layer when it comes to kids and all of that. I mean, we've seen it time and again from the very early get-go of season 1. So when you are tasked with the idea of having to take the life of a kid, yeah, it's no dice. And you saw Dean trying to, skirt ways out of this, but then guilt was just creeping up on him anyways because, of course, because Jolene sadly had to pay the price, and that created a bit of a chain reaction on deaths that should not have happened. So it was really, really cold when Tess was like, oh, you should have left, you should have led, 3 decades or whatever. You would have had grandkids, but yeah, Dean happened, sadly. So it was really cold, but I think we were not going to pull any punches, were we, when it comes to the idea of death. And, death is such a big, big responsibility that becomes a very, very big test for one's mentality, I would say. I said it in The Sandman. If I believe I did. That it's a situation where it would be a very, very tiring gig, and I said that because of just the attitude of Death in The Sandman. Completely different from who Death is in Supernatural, but I still of course love both caricatures of Death. But it was just really, really interesting in The Sandman because, with Death, she tried to give that assurance because Death can be a very, very scary concept, really. So, yeah, but it's also a situation where, you have it would break a person, surely, like, especially if it's a younger person, like that little girl in this episode. It would just be very, very hard to just tell that person your time has come. So and with, like I said, with Dean, it was just difficult. So yeah, but that's the idea with being the mantle of death. It's not an easy gig to undertake, and you have to have such a strong resolve. So, yeah, but and yeah, that ring being heavier than it looks does weigh heavy in terms of the responsibilities, really, in terms of being deaf, because it is a heavy burden. So, but death just is, really. And sadly there are circumstances where it's either not fair or it should not have happened, where it has to happen. So yeah, and like I said, that's why I felt it would have been very interesting to see what would have happened if the roles were reversed in that shopping incident where the robber did shoot the shopkeep or whatever. Because, especially in front of the kid as well. Like, I'm not trying to be dark or anything, but it just wouldn't be fair whatsoever. But that's the idea with death, sadly. It is not fair. yeah, it's just a situation where it is like, especially if you're writing names off the list or whatever, in terms of those who have to depart from this mortal coil, it's a situation you have to bear, really. You can't alter things just because they're either an innocent or they're a little girl who should have her full life ahead of her because, you know, she's just barely past her first decade and she's dying. Yeah, so heavy responsibility. And you just had a feeling. I'm not gonna lie though, I was really, really worried that someone close to Dean was going to end up as a potential casualty, just to really, really test things. But I feel like it was really, really great that we didn't go there, because you know, the idea of just that little kid, for example, dying. And having to die, it's a big enough test. It's a big test enough, really. So, and one that played off really, really well because of the whole chain reaction that happened to poor Jolene and that guy that nearly died if Dean didn't take the ring off. So, yeah, but I was very, very intrigued with the fact that Death was still going to get the soul anyways. Of course, there's going to be a caveat, isn't there? But, yeah. I'm just really, really worried about Sammy. Because, obviously, that wall's going to come down. They wouldn't put a wall there for no reason. And that wall's going to come breaking down. And it's going to be insane. So, I did really like the idea that Adam was brought up because, of course, you got to still remember Adam's going to be tortured as well. So, when Dean brought up the idea, okay, we need to save both brothers, Death was like, you can only save one. Yeah, tough. But he's always going to choose Sam at the end of the day. So, sorry, Adam, but I don't want to be insensitive, but we hardly knew ye. If we're going to pick one, it's going to be Sam. It's going to be Sam always. So, poor Adam. I just feel so bad for him. The lost Winchester. But, yeah, I thought that this was a really, really interesting episode. Great to see Tess again. And it was great to explore Dean's troubles of being deaf, really, because it's a tough gig. A gig that I don't think you want to wish upon anyone, really. Like, oh, you're going to be deaf for the day. Because there is a chance you're going to run into someone that is going to absolutely... like, whether it's someone close to you or whether it is a situation where it's a little kid or, like, yeah, a baby or whatever, it's gonna exhaust you, really, because it is a trick. As Death said, the ring is heavier than it looks. That occupation is a very, very heavy endeavor where it would just crush you. So, yeah, but it was a really, really interesting episode that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my VG feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.